share with your audience. Copy link.
Copy link. Now send that by a group me with a group. Just get out of there. Don't end it, just get out.
So fast.
All right, welcome Hornet Nation. Had some technical difficulties and the responsible parties were sacked. So welcome to districts. Despite already punching our ticket, despite Minnetonka doing the same, we are still in districts and we're playing for seed. So we must put aside the wallow, which is associated with the doldrums of the bottom bracket of districts, and take care of business. So we're going to start out with Ivany, Bergmeyer, Nolan, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Bergmeyer into the Minnetonka end, and Minnetonka cycles behind the net. They throw it up on the wall. It's contained by Mizzle. Mizzle throwing down to the end wall. Tonka from behind the cage looks for an outlet pass. The Hornets are doing a good job holding him into the zone. Sliding across rink wide, no outlet, and they go D to D again. Now a firing stretch pass is sent all the way down. And it's covered up by Banbury. So no score if you're just joining us. Apologies for the bad link. Everything should be right now. As we get a face-off to the left of Banbury. Nolan on the draw. Puck tied up on the dot, comes away right in the slot area. It's swept out by Darlene, but held down by the Skippers. From the point, they wheel and deal and throw it down into the corner. Darlene works it up the wall. Comes away to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer advances the puck across, and it's picked up by Mizzle in the neutral zone. Sliding down the left side, all the way across, picked off. And a quick headman pass was disrupted. As it comes away to Bergmeyer on the line. Tries to wheel in, he's swiped off the puck, and Tonka cycles behind the cage. Now the breakout. Intercepted by Ivany on the line, and it gets sent back to Helmer, and Helmer surveys. Long stretch pass is banked into the Tonka zone by Nolan. Tonka throws it right back out, and there's Bauer at the red line to pitch it down, and we get an offsides. 13:39 with no score. The question is, are both teams motivated after already punching their ticket? And we shall find out. With Dorsey, Ewers, and Hester on the front line, backed up by Bauer and Helmer. Puck slides on the line, comes back to Helmer, who looks. Cycles behind to Bauer. Bauer wheels back the other way. It's picked off right out front to Dorsey. Dorsey to Hester. Hester now rolls through the neutral zone. He looks up, he slides it past his man, and sends it down as he is sent down to the ice. Dorsey trying to pick off right in the crease. Tonka explores their options. They go rink wide, all the way up, gaining the line, walking in the high slot, firing across. It's tipped up. Saved by Banbury. Difficult, those little bouncers. But all is well in Hornet Nation. As the boys in black set to take the draw to the right of Banbury. This Tonka brings on fresh horses. Dorsey on the draw. Tied up, slides behind. Bauer behind the cage. He's pinned up against the glass as he looks for an outlet pass. Skipper's doing a good job holding it. Short side stuffer goes right across the crease. It's back to the point. Skippers walk their way in. A firing shot. It's tripped up. It's in the air. It's banging. Now it's down. Oh, Helmer takes a spill on the ice, and Tonka wheels around the circle to the point. Another firing shot. Ewer's stick is knocked out of his hands as Bauer slides it up. Hester trying to pick it up. It's pushed right back down. Hornets are having trouble getting organized on the breakout. Wheeling around the corner. Helmer's taken out. Held at the point. It sneaks out. Dorsey tries to pickpocket. Banging on the wall. And finally we get an offsides. Opening minutes. Not a lot of organization from both sides. As both strive to get some puck composure. As Nolan Kurvita and Wilkins roll on. Tonka steals across the line, walks in on the circle, stops short, a firing shot, a rebound, banging, nothing. Back to the point. Tonka again. A stick saved by Bambry as it goes to the near side. Wheeling out front, tied up in the slot, banging on the line. Can they sneak it out? Kurvita can't hold. Now Tonka, relentless, firing. There's a rebound, banging, still banging, still. Kurvita gets it out, but it's still in the zone. Relentless attack. Tonka has opened the scoring at 11:55. On a screened goalie, Bambry could not see the puck. And Tonka leads 1-0 in the first frame. So Dorsey, Bergmeyer, Ivany, backed up by Dahlin and Mizzle. Off the draw. Dorsey now works it, and he's going to gain the line. Rolling in on the circle. A firing shot goes 700 feet in the air and out of play. So we're still missing Ferrara, wishing him a speedy recovery. Dorsey on the draw, slides it back to Dahlin. Dahlin punches it up to Ivany. He tried a backhand scooper. Dahlin holds the line, throwing it down in the opposite corner. Bergmeyer works it, comes away to Dorsey. Dorsey on the near side tries to center, and it's picked off. And the Skippers roll with numbers across the line. 3-on-2 situation. Paddled away by Bambry as Dahlin works to send it up to Bergmeyer. Hot pass sneaks by. Icing's called off. Ivany on the puck, hassling his man, trying to steal it away. Dorsey comes in, a little bit too late. Is now a headman pass for the Skippers, doesn't connect, and Dahlin has to race back. But alas, an icing is called, saving the Hornets' day, 11:08. So the Hornets got some work to do. Down a goal against a very feisty Minnetonka squad. Off the draw, pounded down into the corner as the Skippers look to cycle around the net and start their breakout. Long stretch pass, almost intercepted. Now rolling in, Tonka around the circle, trying to wheel around. Good job by Ewers to hold his man. Now picked up on the trailer, a whiff shot. Dahlin up on the wall, slides it to Ewers. Ewers throws it through. He's going to chase his own puck on the wall. Knocked up. Now it's an opportunity. Hornets on a line change. Here come the Skippers rolling in. Knocked off the puck by Bauer. Well done. Picked up, slammed up on the wall. Ewers trying to roll it. And a quick shot on Bambry is salted away. As proper breakouts have been an ongoing concern throughout the season for the Hornets. Shots on goal are 5-0 at this point. Tonka from the corner, looks to center, it's out front, there's a rebound. Loose change and a plenty. As the Skippers throw it back to the point and fire a low shot. It's banging up in there, it's rebounding. And Ewers comes away from the corner, throws it up on the wall, contained at the point, picked off by Nolan. Nolan through the neutral zone. He rolls through, he's knocked off the puck. And the Skippers retreat. Try to send it up. Here's a pickoff by Ewers. He sends it to Nolan. It's a bit too far. The Skippers throw it up on the near side wall, intercepted by Ewers. Here comes Tonka as they try to roll through. Good back check by Nolan as he's holding it up on the line. Comes away. Skippers go rink wide. Gaining the line on the right side and rolling in on the circle. A toe drag is thwarted by Helmer, who pitches it up and on down. As the Hornets go for a line change. Now the Skippers try to take advantage. A long pass is intercepted, and it goes into the Skipper bench. 9:32 on the clock, and the Skippers leading by 1-0. So that brings on Kervita, Dorsey, and Wilkins, backed up by Potts and Potter. Face off to the left of the Skipper tender. Puck slides back, comes away to the Tonka Skippers. They roll through the red line. They roll through the blue line, trying to get around Potter. Nothing doing. As now they go rink wide to the point, looking to fire a shot. There's a rebound. No one can get at it. It's still banging around. Comes back to the top of the circle. Nicely done by Potter, who intercepts it. And another screen shot. And the pressure in the Hornet zone does it again for Minnetonka. Taking away Bambury's eyes, clogging the zone up, causing havoc, has now put the Hornets in a 2-0 hole at 9:11 of the first. Hornets have yet to get a shot on net, while Tonka has 9. So, Ivany, Bergmeyer, Nolan, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Tonka trying to steal across the line, comes away to Ivany. Ivany looks up ice, tries to get it to Nolan, it's picked off by the Skippers, as now they gain. Into the Hornet zone, it's thrown up out. Ivany trying to get control, and here comes the Skippers, a 4-on-2 situation. Looking for that centering pass, held to the outside by Mizzle. Trying to get it back to the point. Here's a break. Can Berge get there? Contained by the Tonka D as they cycle around looking for an outlet pass. From the backside, looking up through neutral ice, they work on the right side and flip it on down where Tyler banks it away. Skippers trying to penetrate, trying to get that centering shot. Sliding up on the wall, the Hornets look to break out. Rolling up through the neutral zone. Ivany across the line, trying to wheel his way around. He's got Bergmeyer. Centering pass. There it is. Did you see it? Ivany to Bergmeyer. 1-2 connection. Good things happen when you hang out on the doorstep. And Berge has done it. Compliments of Anders Ivany. 2-1 at 8:13 of the first. And this just may be the spark the Hornets need to find that next level of play. Commit to excellence. Hockey excellence. Off the draw, comes back to Bauer. Bauer has to step up, but is intercepted. Rolling in as the Skippers, trying to get it around, and they bang it in the net. Defensive miscue. And Minnetonka has answered at 8:05 with a goal of their own, making it 3-1. Trading goals like that, and the Hornets will be in trouble. So, Ewers, Hester, Dorsey, Potts, Potter. Off the draw, Minnetonka controls, throws it up on the line, and enters the Hornet zone. Potter sliding across to Dorsey. A hot pass is sent right back down behind the net. Potts from the corner, looks up, loses the handle, comes away to Dorsey. Dorsey digging on the wall, gets it to Ewers. Ewers slides a high pass over to Hester. But Tonka controls and throws it on down into the Hornet end. From behind the cage, sliding it up to Ewers. Beyond his reach at the point, slapped back down. It's on the wall. Here comes Potts. Potts rolls up. He gets it to Hester. Over to Ewers. Ewers across the line. He chips it over. Oh! And Potts, there will be a penalty. The Hornets will be on the man advantage at 7:23 of the first. Potts was bulldozed over on the back door of the Tonka net. So, we're going to have Hester, Nolan, and Kervita, backed up by Mizzle and Bauer. Hornets need to get some mojo back, and this is the opportunity. So, Nolan on the drop. Puck slides to the corner and all the way down for an icing. So that'll bring it right back to the Tonka end. And we'll do it again. Off the draw comes to Hester. Hester tries to wheel around, working it. On the wall, sneaks back. Mizzle races over to get it at the point. He looks. He flips it to Nolan. Nolan walks in on the circle all the way across. That was Bauer. Now Nolan has it. He's in the corner. He's working it. So the skippers desperately try to pound it out of their own zone. Nolan around on the circle. In the slot. A firing shot goes high and wide. Now Tonka skips it up the wall, trying to break free. It's last man back. It's Mizzle as Bauer races in to help out. The centering pass is thwarted as Kurvita now tries to roll up with it through the neutral zone. He's going to gain on the right side as he wheels around the circle. Drop pass to Nolan. Nolan surveys, throws it back to Mizzle. Mizzle back to Nolan. Nolan walking into the dot all the way across. One-timer shot by Bauer is legged away by the skipper tender. Kurvita in on the wall, trying to get at it. Comes back to Mizzle. Mizzle looks, slides it to Kurvita. Or Bauer. Bauer tried to center it across. There's Ray. Yes, did you see that, Kurvita? Doorstep Kurvita has fouled in the back of the net on a centering pass by Bauer, and it is 3-2. At 6:17 of the first. 5 goals in 1 period. How about them boys? Sticking with it. Dorsey, Bergmeyer, Ivany, Dolly, and Mizzle. Puck tied up, now stealing across the line, walking in. Saved by, no, it's still banging. It's almost a repeat of last time. Up on the wall, Ivany leaves it for Mizzle, slides it across to Bergmeyer. Banging in the slot, comes away to Ivany. Ivany tries to slide it through. Here come the skippers again in the high slot. Wheeling the way around. A short side shot flings around to the far side. Contained at the point, thrown on down, and steered away by Tyler. Tonka on the wall, working it. Trying to slide it down. Mizzle throws it up, intercepted at the high slot. Banging away. Bergmeyer tried to turn the corner on it. He works it with a Tonka guy who whiffs on the centering pass. Mizzle from behind the cage. Gets it up to Ivany. Now the Hornets roll a 3-on-2 situation with speed. Ivany works around his man. Centering it across. Dorsey fires into traffic. Now tilting the ice back the other way. Minnetonka rolls with speed. They gain the line, work their way through, split the D, but it's held off by Helmer. Now into the net. Boys banging. Froth. Look at this froth. Major froth. Froth factor 9. And the ref has come in to quell the onslaught. So there will be penalties. As Helmer will be shown the gate.
It is coincidental.
So we will have coincidental minors at 5:10 in the first. Tonka coach pleading his case to no avail. The refs have adjudicated and made their final decision. So it should be 5-on-5. And indeed, that is the case. So Dorsey, Bergmeyer, Ivany's still out there, and Potts and Potter have rolled on. Face off to the left of Banbury. Tonka controls, stolen away by Berge. Oh, and he got picked off at the last moment. Tonka quick fires shots, steered aside. Potts working from the corner. He's tied up and plastered into the glass. Tonka now trying to undo the damage as Potter now from behind. It's getting very, it's like a powder keg out here. Here's Berge stealing in on the line. He's got Dorsey. Can he center it? No, he's knocked off the puck. And the skippers roll back. Long stretch pass. Potter on the wall, bangs it up. Nicely done. Skippers on the trailer now, working across the line. Rolling in on the circle. Stopping short, wheeling, dealing. Firing. A one-time certified fresh cranker. And Minnetonka has answered at 4:31. And the 2-goal advantage has been reestablished. It is 4-2 in favor of the Skippers. So Nolan, Ewers, Hester, Potter, Potts. Potter from the backside, slides it up, intercepted, and pitched down into the Hornet end. Potter retrieves in the corner, and he cycles around. He slides it up to Hester. Hester up to Nolan. Nolan through the neutral zone. Slides it up to Ewers. Should be an offsides, but it's not. Nolan tries to center it. There's another center. Swept away by Tonka as they tilt the ice back. No. Yes. Down to Hester. Hester slides it across. There's Ewers. Ewers! Did you see it? I hope Tommy was watching that, because his boy just buried it at 4:01 in the first. And the Hornets answer right back. Minnetonka 4, Hornets 3, on a beautiful goal by Colin Ewers. Nolan off the draw. Sends it back. Mizzle retrieves from the backside. Gets it to Darlene. Darlene up to Ewers. Ewers hemmed in. Sneaks through. Nolan tries to get it at the line. It's pitched up on the wall. And we get an offsides at 3:47. Shots in favor of Minnetonka, 15-5. As Kervita, Wilkins, and Dorsey roll on. Tied up on the dot. Boys banging at it, working across the line. Wilkins ties up his man. Skippers throw it down, but intercepted by Mizzle, who throws it on down into the Skipper end. Skippers banging around to the near side. Kervita meets it at the corner. Swept away. Dorsey, a firing crease shot, but nothing. No one on the back door. So now it slides up. Minnetonka tries to work it across the line. They're still working it. There's Kervita, can't find the handle on the puck. Finally comes away. Kervita reverses course, sliding up to Wilkins. Wilkins through the red line, pitching it down into the Minnetonka end. From behind the net, Wilkins tied up. Boys banging at it. Pressed against the wall, no one can get at that puck. Dorsey kicks at it. Kervita in there, the whole team's down there. As Tonka now looks to break back the other way. With speed through the neutral zone, pitching all the way up. Mizzle holding his man to the outside. Tonka tries to center, and it's stolen away by Mizzle. Mizzle wheels through dangerously into the slot area. He's going to take it himself. Rolling down. It's the Mizzle show. Look at this. Rolling down. No help. High shot. Steered away by the shoulder of the Skipper tender. Bergmeyer in, trying to snag at that puck. Rolls back. Still on the wall. Banging. Now it's out. Comes back to Potter. Potter throws a quick pass up to Bergmeyer, but it's on his backhand side. Skippers go D to D as they look at their options. Long stretch pass, fails to connect. Icing is waved off. Potter meets it, bangs it up, gets it to Ivany. Ivany tries to one-touch pass. Can the Hornets break through on the red line? No, it's sent right back down. All the way around to the far side. Skippers holding on the wall, holding the zone. Looking for a centering opportunity. Picked off beautifully by Ivany. Ivany's got Bergmeyer. He rolls around his man. Is this going to happen again? A firing shot is turned away by the Skipper tender. Ivany from the corner tried to get it back to Potter. And the Skippers roll back as they counter the play across the blue line. They try to roll in. Nolan pitches it out of the zone. Oh, we got some frothiness. Bauer involved in the froth. And they are separated by the men in black and white. With 1:37 on the clock, both boys will be shown the gate. Tensions are high as tempers are high. As Dorsey, Ewers, and Hester roll on with Darlene and Potts. Face off outside the Edina end. Puck comes back. Potts tries to flip it up on the wall, contained by the Tonka D. They slide it into the Hornet zone, but Darlene pushes it right back, and Ewers sends it packing all the way down. From the backside, Tonka looks up for the breakout. Long stretch pass, doesn't connect on the backhand side. Bambury has to race out. Potts kicked his stick up there, right in the slot again. A short side shot is contained by Banbury. With a $1:10 left to go in the first period, it's been nothing but action. End to end, back and forth. Puck tied on the bot, comes around, Potts fires it up just a bit too far for Ewers. Contained at the point, a quick shot sails wide. Dorsey meets it on the wall. He's got a 3-on-2 situation if he hustles. Rolling down the left side. He gains, he rolls, he stops short. He looks for an outlet. Still working it. Banging up on the wall. Comes away to Hester. Ewers behind the cage. Gets it to Dorsey. Dorsey tries to slide out front. Intercepted by the D. Still banging, banging, more banging. And it's behind the net as the skippers now look and pitch it up out of the wall. Darlene can't hold, but he slides it back to Potts. Potts from neutral ice looks up. Deflected pass. Here come the skippers as they try to roll in. Hornets got to maintain control. And lucky for the Hornets, Banbury stood tall between the pipes with 24 seconds left. So Nolan Wilkins Kervita, Mizzelt Helmer. Mizzelt from behind the net looks up, looks at his options, surveys, throws it over to Helmer. Helmer drives it up. Now, here's a break. Oh, he almost sprung Nolan. Puck flies up on the wall. Both teams battling to try to gain possession. Skippers pound it down into the Hornet end with 7 seconds left. Helmer from the corner. He's hassled. He's knocked to the ice. And that's going to do it. And that's the way the period ends. First frame in the books. Minnetonka leads 4-3. On some crazy action and a lot of goals. And we'll be back. All right, start of the second. Fresh 15 on the clock. Nolan Ivany Bergmeyer. Backed up by Potts and Potter. Tonka across the line first as they look to set up shot. A quick shot. It's flinged into the rafters with a blocker of Tyler Banbury. And we will do it again. Off the draw, comes away to Tonka nicely. Here's a look at the speed speed on Bergmeyer as he tries to pickpocket. Tonka now trying to roll up. Bergmeyer doing a good job, but he's knocked down as well. Potter comes in, sneaks it up, but it's intercepted by Tonka, who tilts the ice back the other way. Rink-wide pass. Nice tip by Potts. Disrupts play, and Tonka has to reset. Nice little tip again. Look at Potter. A lot of tipping going on. As the Hornets pitch it down right on the Tonka tender, who wisely covers up. Not the prettiest hockey we've seen, but certainly exciting. As Tonka holds a slim 4-3 lead. As Dorsey, Hester, and Ewers roll on with Mizzle and Darlene. Tied up on the dot. Boys banging away at it. Comes away to Tonka. Tonka rolls through the neutral zone. As they pitch it down into the Hornet end, and they will be the first in. Centering pass, slides across. Ewers loses the handle on it. Darlene now pitches it up to Dorsey. Nice little nifty move. It's with speed. Dorsey rolls across the line. Loses the puck, but he slams it right on. No loose change. The Skippers throw it up on the near side wall. They throw it rink wide to nobody. Darlene will be there to pick it up. Darlene, a long shot, is gloved away by the Tonka tender. With 13:47 in the second. So, face off to the left. Tonka. Dorsey on the draw. Ties it up on the dot. Comes away. Hester loses a handle, and now Tonka rolls with speed. Mizzle comes in on the trailer. He rolls it up. Ewers will pick it up. He throws it up on the wall, and it's contained by the Tonka D. Looking. Spinning around. Trying to roll through. He's going to gain the line. He knocks into his own man. Now, back to Mizzle. Mizzle looks up and surveys. Looks for a lane. Slides across. Chips it up to nobody, unfortunately, and Tonka slams it down into the zone. Mizzle from the backside again. Looking up, gets it, slides it up, bit too far for Dorsey, and oh, look at this! Hester! Get there, Hester! No, it's contained. They went from something to nothing. And now Tonka tilts the ice back the other way as they look for a long stretcher pass, and they roll in on the zone. Darlene, last man back, stopping short on the circle. Good job there. Excellent Kurvita. As he rolls up, he gains. He looks for that centering pass, sliding across. It's checked at the last second by the Skipper defender. As they roll from behind the cage. Up on the near side wall, Bauer picks it up at neutral ice. He looks, slides it over to Helmer. Helmer looks, slides it back to Bauer. Bauer now with some clear ice, throws it up to Nolan. Nolan gains the line, and he walks in. Looking for a toe dragger. And he hit the defender on the shot. Bauer's stick is in the air. He's hooked. It's right on the line. He punches it down. And it's called offsides, even though it was on the line. Nonetheless, there will be a face-off outside the Tonka zone. As Wilkins has come on. Nolan on the draw, tied up. Who's going to come away? Don't know. Oh, and almost a break for Tonka as they slid it up. Tonka now works from the near side wall, pounding it up, and the Hornets are doing a good job containing. In the air, Kurvita knocks it down. He's trying to center it. Blasted across the slot, but nobody home. And Tonka counters with speed through the neutral zone. They roll up, lose the handle. Sent right back down to the Tonka D. Both teams are having a hard time gaining possession. Helmer works from the blue line, looks up, sends it back. Bauer, dangerous in the slot, but he has control. From behind, looking for a lane. Long stretcher. Nolan now at the red line. He works it. He can't find the handle either, and Tonka slides it up. Good job by Helmer to sneak that pass. Bauer now slides it up to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer across the line. He avoids a huge check. He avoids another check. He absorbs everything. And now Tonka looks to peel back and go the other way. But it's Bergmeyer. Well done. Back to the point. Helmer from the point. Looks, fires. High shot gloved away by the Tonka tender. At 11:15 in the second. The score remains stubbornly entrenched at 4-3 in favor of Minnetonka. So Dorsey, Ivany, Bergmeyer, Potter, Potts. Off the draw, puck sneaks into the corner, and Tonka bangs it up the near side wall. Intercepted, and Dorsey throws it right back down. Bergmeyer pins his man to the glass. Dorsey in to help out. Tonka cycles to the opposite corner, and now they go to the near side corner. Hornets doing a good job containing. Walking through, Potter sends it up, a hot pass to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer pounds it down into the Tonka end. Good forecheck by the Hornets, so pressuring Tonka into making mistakes. Rolling up on the near side wall, pounding. This one sneaks past Potter all the way down for an icing at 10:39 of period 2. So face off to the right of the skipper tender. Dorsey on the drop. Sneaks away to the skipper D. They survey from behind the net and throw it up the far side. Looking for a breaking pass. It sneaks past. Now we have a 2-on-1 situation. Rolling across the line. A shot was taken and it was wide. And we got some sort of something. I think it was offsides. So face off outside the Hornet end. Dorsey. Puck sneaks across the line. Ivany picks it up. Now looks at his options. He rolls through the red line. It's Ivany rolling around. Left side flank. Stopping short. Working in. Knocked off the puck at the last second in the skipper's counter. Mizzle picks it up. Oh, we're going to get something. And the Hornets will be on the power play at 10-11. I think. No. Bergmeyer gets the gate. The Hornets will be down a man for the next 2 minutes. So Dorsey and Ivany, Mizzle, Darlene to kill this one off. Skipper's control from the high end, looking down on the circle. Wheeling, dealing, down low in the corner, back to the wall. Cycling around the circle, firing a shot, tipped away by Bambury. As Tonka cycles, looks for an opportunity, looks to center. All the way across, tried to baseball it, and the Hornets punch it out. All the way down. Surveying from behind the net. Skippers now roll up the right side flank, all the way up, tipped off by Dorsey, but still maintained. Rolling around the circle, trying to center. It's out front. It's banging. It's up and over. More banging, but nothing. Now the Skippers from the corner wheel in again. Sliding back to the point. Looking for an opening. On the circle. Walking in. There's the centering pass. And there was no connection. Skippers, tremendous pressure. Bank shot. Dorsey, fire it out. He can't get a handle on it. Now it's sent out. No. Skippers will have to reset from neutral ice. Wheeling, dealing. Looking for an opening, Dorsey pestering his man. Now, Skippers from the backside. A stretch pass up on the line as they roll down. Knocked off by Darlene. Darlene meets his man behind the net. They work it in the corner. Skippers throw it back to the point. 45 seconds left in the man advantage. A shot sails wide. Skippers from the corner working it. On the wall, sending it back to the point. Sliding all the way over to the circle. He was waiting for a one-timer, nothing doing. As the puck works from the corner. Skippers now rolling around the circle, sending it to the point. Walking across the blue line, looking. No lane is available. An odd quiet as a shot is saved by Bambury. Darlene working it, trying to steal it up on the wall. It's stolen away by the Skippers as they work from behind the cage. Centering out front, blocked by Mizzle. Now, it's up on the wall. Ivany, he walks it across the blue line in neutral ice. Working it down against 4 Skippers. The rest of the Hornets have gone for a line change. The penalty is over. The Hornets have killed it, but here come the Skippers. Rolling up. A long waffle saucer pass. It's rolling in. Can they save it? Oh, yes, Bambury. Did you see that? It's end-to-end pond hockey out here with 8:02 in the second. The Hornets are back at full strength. As Hester, Nolan, and Ewers, Bauer, and Helmer. Score is still 4-3 after all that action. It was an onslaught, but the bend don't break Hornets fought it off. Off the draw, Skipper's now working, trying to fire right out front. Ewer's trying to get it out of the slot. Rolls up to Nolan. Nolan through the red line. Works it, tries a toe drag. It's stopped by the Skippers, who roll back the other way and frisbee it down to the Hornet end. Skippers now swarming, smelling fresh blood. As it's held in at the point, pinched, looking for a shot. Stopped by Banbury, rebound available. Skippers from behind the net, trying to center out front. And finally covered by Tyler at 7:33. So Wilkins, Kervita, Dorsey, Bauer, Helmer. Dorsey on the draw. Puck tied up in the line. Can it sneak over? No. Now down to the circle, looking for an opportunity. Firing. There's a rebound picked up by Helmer. Helmer works from the corner. Slides it up in the line and out of play. So we will do it again. Off the draw, back to the Skipper point. They go D to D looking for a lane. A shot sails wide and is covered up by Tyler. From the other side. Off the draw, tied up. Bauer trying to work his way around. He's boxed out. Comes up to Wilkins on the wall, contained at the point. A soft shot steered away by Banbury. Helmer in on the wall, sent back to the point. Another centering pass. No connection as the Skippers are in control. Hornets have not found an answer. They're not killing the penalty anymore. Come on, boys. Here comes Dorsey, rolling down the left flank. He looks. He stops short. He tries to center it. It's thwarted. And now the Skippers come with numbers. A 4-on-2 situation as they gain the line. Oh, and he lost the handle. Oh, here's an opportunity for the Hornets. Come on, Kervita. Get on your horse. The Skippers contain and work from the end line. All the way up. Intercepted on the line as Potts rolls in. And he rolls off sides. 6:26. Left in the second. As Bergmeyer, Ivany, and Nolan roll on with Potts and Potter. Ivany on the line, pitches it down into the Skipper end. Nolan gives chase. He leaves it. No one there for a trailer. Bergmeyer rolls in. Now the Skippers counter with speed. A cross-ice pass through the red line. As they look to gain the zone, it's totally offsides. And indeed, that is the case. Off the draw, puck sneaks into the Edina end and is flipped right out. Contained by Tonka D as they roll it up on the line. Firing back now from the red line, up on the blue line. Frisbee in, no tip, nothing. Bergmeyer works his man, it's sent behind the cage. It's up on the wall as Potts digs at it, comes to the near side. Potter tries to send it up to Ivany. It's intercepted and the Skippers are just holding the zone. A firing shot goes over the net. Bergmeyer meets his man on the wall. He ties him up, comes away to Helmer. Helmer throws it out. Here's Ivany. Ivany rolling in. It's Ivany. Anders Ivany. You must do this. Where is it? Oh my God, it was saved. Some way, somehow, the Skipper tender defied the laws of physics and he saved that puck. I don't think so. The score remains 4-3. Woulda, coulda, shouldas, but we must play on. I did. Off the backside, Skippers now roll through the neutral zone. stopping short on the line, now working across an open lane, a firing shot into the uppers. And Tonka turned what could have been a tie game into a 5-3 advantage with 5:18 in the second. Could this be the Waterloo moment that the Hornets are facing? As Dorsey, Hester, and Ewers roll on with Mizzelt and Darlene. Puck slides to the near side. Ewers banging away at it. Hester's in on it. Dorsey's in on it. Everyone's in on it. Dorsey now, an opportunity. He's hooked. It's contained by Minnetonka. Stretch pass through the neutral zone. They gain on the right side. Rolling down, a firing shot is deflected by Mizzelt as Tonka now picks it up. Hornets have to be more aggressive on the forecheck because Tonka's beating us to almost every puck. Hester up on the wall. He slings it across to Ewers. Ewers through the red line. Ewers through the blue line. Ewers trying to work it. Swept off the puck at the last minute as they go shoulder to shoulder. Hester comes in. He throws it back to Ewers. That's a one-timer. It's legged away by the skipper Tender. Throwing it up on the wall. Missile contains. Oh, and he loses it. It goes just over the line. He's got to wait for onside. Ewers can't pick up the backhand pass, and he just flings it down into the skipper end. Skippers work from the opposite side. They look up ice. A long stretch pass. Missile partially deflects it, and he flings it up and sends it back to the Tonka D. All the way up again. Missile slides it back to Bauer. Bauer looks up ice. Oh, a pass was intercepted. Hester trying to bang it up through, and the Skippers throw it right back. A nice deflection over to Bauer as he looks up ice. Tries to pound it up. Tries to pound it. Get it across that line. Now Kurvita races to the corner with less than 4 minutes to play in the period. Skippers now play from the end line. Slide it up on the wall and look all the way across. Nope. Now they do. As they pierce the red line and throw it all the way down into the Hornet end. Bauer does a nice stretch pass. He can't contain it. Here come the Skippers on the circle at the last minute, tipped off. Now sliding up. Nolan racing. He's working it. Can he get there? A backhander. A rebound. Nothing. Nolan from behind looking. Back to the point. A Bauer one-time Kriker hits traffic. And a whistle. And a face-off. At 3:19 with a 5-3 score. Hornets could use a goal here to get some momentum going into the resurface. Kurvita throws it back to Helmer, over to Bauer. Bauer races over, slams it, but the Skippers hold on the wall. Kurvita now leads it to Wilkins, back to Nolan. Nolan fires! Oh, he hits a twine on the outside of the net. Long stretch pass, picked up. Tonka trying to slide it through. Well done. Bauer stops that play cold, but it's slung down, and the Skippers control from the point. Shot into Nolan. Now it's sliding again and dangerously in the slot area as Tonka has possession. Oh, almost a tip-off by Wilkins. So the puck snakes behind the net, looking for a centering pass. Disrupted, still controlled. Picked up by Wilkins. Wilkins tries to slide it up. Kurvita now tries to slide it to Wilkins. A bit too far, and Wilkins races down to get it with 2.5 minutes to play. Wilkins knocked down, trying to center it still. Now centered out front, picked off. Oh, banging. Look at this. Around the circle. Thrown right down behind. Bergmeyer in on the play, trying to knock his man off the puck. As the Skippers floated up, it's in the slot, and here come the Skippers as they roll. 2-on-2 situation. A long stretcher. Didn't connect. Potter will be the first man back. He throws it up on the wall to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer can't find the handle on the pass. It's Potter in, disrupting play. 2 minutes to play in the period. Everyone's banging at it. Nolan from the corner. He looks, cycles behind the cage, slides it up to Ivany. Ivany rolls through the neutral zone. He's got some speed brewing. All the way down. He slides around the circle, looking to center it. He loses the handle on the puck. And the Minnetonka guy lost his skate blade. Tonka looks to roll across. Banging things. Boys don't know where the puck is. Tonka now rolls up on the red line, rolls across the blue line. driving in on the dot. A firing shot sails wide. Held at the point, skippers throw it right back down. Potts races in on it, chips it up, and we got a slashing call. I don't know who it's on. His blade fell off. Ivany will be shown the gate with 1:15 left in the second for slashing. Hornets got to stay out of the box. Easier said than done with so much at stake. So Ewers and Nolan, Darlene Mizzle, right in the slot, banging on the circle. Tonka has scored, and the penalty proved costly. At 1:09, the score is now 6-3. And as the score is indicative, so too have the skippers have complete momentum. So Nolan, Hester, Ewers, Mizzle, Darlene. From the backside, Darlene punches it up and it's contained as skippers go D to D. They try to stretch it, sneaks all the way down, and icing is called off. From behind, Darlene throws it over to Mizzle. Mizzle looks up ice, long stretch pass, partially deflected, almost sneaks through, but the skippers bang it up on the wall, and Hester throws it right back. Another stretch pass. Tonka now across the line, looks for a lane, a firing shot, Bambry makes the save, and Darlene sweeps it aside. Nolan throws it up on the wall, chases the puck with 30 seconds to play in the period. Tonka from behind the cage. Start their breakout as they wheel up. A missed pass in the neutral zone. As now Hester rolls in around the dot, looking, firing. Oh, still loose. Mizzled in. He slides it across, but it's intercepted. And here comes Tonka, rolling down. Darlene, last man back. A firing shot is waffled away and out of play with 8 seconds. I think Mizzle should have taken a shot there. Hope the goalie was screened. Who knows? More woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? As Dorsey, Wilkins, Kurvita roll on with Bauer and Helmer. Off the draw, tied up, comes to Helmer. Helmer slams it around to the far side. Kurvita tries to throw it up on the wall. He's still banging at it. Sent right back down, and that'll do it. A difficult position for the Hornets as they enter the break. Down 3 goals with a 6-3 score. And we will be back in 10 minutes. All right, just moments away from puck drop for the third period. Minnetonka is up 6-3 on some uneven play by your Hornets. Minnetonka is taking advantage of some very aggressive forechecking and long stretch passes that are springing their forwards. And the shots are in favor of Minnetonka 28-12. But before we start, a special hello to Haley, who is somewhere in Wisconsin. And away we go. Skippers gain the zone. They wheel in on the circle. A firing shot fires wide. It's sent out front again. No connection, but a firing shot for the circle. And just like that, we start the period in a way which is only digging the hole deeper for the Hornets. 14:44. Minnetonka has added to their lead, and it is now 7-3. So Dorsey, Ewers, Hester, Darlene Mizzle. Off the draw, Ewers tries to work it up across the line. He does. It's contained by the skipper D as they look for a lane. Nice stick check there by Mizzle. Tonka drives in on the dot, trying to center it. A short side shot turned away. Still banging out front. Tonka has shown no signs of fatigue or no signs of getting sick of scoring goals. Mizzle now cruising through the neutral zone, across the line. He wheels across, the puck's up on its edge. Mizzle tried to center it across, and now Tonka counters back as they gain the line on the right side, sliding it across, firing a shot. Bambry saves it. He didn't know where it was. It's right in the breadbasket. As the Hornets line change up with Kervita, Wilkins, and Nolan, backed up by Helmer and Bauer. From the high slot, a firing shot goes into the webbing, and we'll do it again. Bauer from the backside surveys. Slides it to Helmer, who chips it up to Wilkins. Stops short on the wall. Tonka now driving. Nolan flings it around to the near side to Kervita. Kervita using his stick, drives it up to Wilkins. A hot pass. Tonka contains on the line. Driving up on the boards, sneaks momentarily as Tonka does a rink wide. Helmer goes down to his knees. Tonka drives in, 2-on-1 situation. Bauer blocks the shot as Tonka tries to center again. Hornets are back on their heels. As Kervita slides it across to Wilkins on his backhand side. Racing into the skipper zone. It's up on the glass. Wilkins slides it across to Kervita. Kervita gets a shot away. Didn't get a lot of wood on it. Now, Tonka counters back the other way with their patented stretch pass spring. Kervita knocks him up in neutral ice. It's pitched down into the Hornet end. From behind the cage, Bauer looks up. Ooh, a long stretcher almost gets intercepted. Kervita now working it. Slides it up to Ivany. Working right on the line. None of the Hornets seem to want it. As Tonka now works from the backside. Wheeling, dealing, looking up. Another long stretch as Tonka rolls in. On the circle, on the dot. A firing shot, a rebound. Helmer picks it up, cycles back. Now for the breakout. One-time pass to Dorsey. Dorsey, 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation. As he rolls all the way around, he tried to center it to Ivany. It's blocked by Tonka. As they now counter and roll through the neutral zone, gaining. Trying to slide it through the D, and he stood up there. Potters get blown down, and Tonka will get a penalty. Bergmeyer rolling. With speed, he's going to gain the line on the left side. Rolling, we get an offside. Ivany just couldn't hold that split second long enough. But nonetheless, a bright spot amidst the storm clouds as the Hornets will be on the man advantage at 12:01 in the third. The score of 7-3 Minnetonka. So Hester, Nolan, Kervita, backed up by Mizzle and Bauer. Bauer sliding to Mizzle, Mizzled across the red line. He gains the line. Stops short, wheels, deals. Throws it all the way over to Bauer. Bauer works his way in on the dot. Centering pass, banging. And something turns into nothing, as we will get another face-off. Nolan on the draw, tries to get back to Hester. Hester now rolls through, nice toe drag. Centering pass. No connection. Mizzle slides it down. Nolan down to Hester. Hester wheels back to Nolan. Nolan on the circle, looking. Back to Mizzle. Back to Nolan. Nolan drives in on the circle. A firing shot hits traffic just beyond Bauer's stick. The rebound is contained. Skippers now springing it. Knocked down by Mizzle. Sliding it to Hester. Working it. Down to Kervita. Kervita slaps it up to Hester. Hester wheels, turns, burns, tries another toe drag. Down to Kervita behind the net. Centering out front. Banged away by the Skippers and now sent to the corner. Bauer trying to work it. Now the Skippers pound it out of the zone all the way down. For an icing at 11:01. With 1 minute left in the Hornet man advantage. So Potter, Ivany, Wilkins on, backed up by Dorsey and Darlene. Ivany on the draw. Puck comes away, sent back to Dorsey at the point. Dorsey slides to Darlene. Darlene looks for a lane. He walks in, sends it down to Ivany. Ivany on the wall, wheeling, dealing. Down to Wilkins. Wilkins looks. He wheels, he deals. He's still wheeling. A lot of wheeling, dealing. Ivany trying to drive in on the dot. It's slipped up on the wall. Darlene will be the last man back in a 2-on-1 situation. Skippers rolling in, losing the handle. They can't make the centering shot, but a short side suffers, turned away by Banbury. Tonka holding the zone. They decide just to slide it back. They go D to D, wasting time. Banging up on the wall. Now springing a man. Another 2-on-1. Rolling in. A shot is shouldered away by Banbury. Now from the backside, Darlene tries to slide it up to Bergmeyer. Banging away on the wall. No, it's Wilkins. Now Dorsey in on the trailer, just slides it down into the Tonka end. Potter in on it on the corner. 3 seconds left in the man advantage. Sliding around to the near side, Ivany picks it up, down to Wilkins. Wilkins loses the handle, and Potter bangs his man into the boards. Puck tied up, comes away to Potter. Potter from the corner, looking, slides it back down to Wilkins. Wilkins from behind the net, trying to center it out front. He slides it all the way back to the near side to Ivany. Ivany pressed up against the glass as it comes free, and the Skippers now try to reverse course. Dorsey slaps at it. Now Ivany rolling in. High slot, firing, rebound. Dorsey is taken down, and the Tonka will get another penalty, as Dorsey was sent to the ice in a most illegal fashion. So at 9:27 of the third, with Tonka leading 7-3, the Hornets will be back on the power play. So Nolan, Hester, Kervita, backed up by Mizzle and Bauer. And Tonka gets 2 penalties. They must have a bench minor. So much for that. Hester works it to the high slot. Bauer walks his way in. He fires! And the Tonka tender stands tall. And he stops it. So we'll do it again. Off the draw, tied up. Tonka from the corner, bangs it up. Stopped by Nolan. Nolan wheels and deals from the point, sliding it over to Mizzle. Mizzle in on the circle, looking. He's hassled. Now across the high slot, looking again. Down to Nolan, all the way, banging off the clanker. Mizzle back to Nolan. Nolan now from the top of the circle down to Hester. Hester wheels in on the dot, looking. Back to Mizzle. All the way to Hester. Back to Nolan. Nolan driving in, looking, firing. Oh, and he fires high and wide. Hester wheels from the corner. He works in on the dot. He slides it across. A one-time. And did you see that? Hester to Bauer, and the Hornets have scored on the power play. At 8:39, the score is now 7-4. And the Hornets will still have a man advantage for the next minute and 13 seconds. So that brings on Ivany, Wilkins, and Potter, backed up by Dorsey and Darlene. Off the draw, Tonka contains and throws it up the near side wall. Trying to gain the line. Darlene holds it and throws it up. Ivany now. He's going to gain the line. He's knocked off the puck. Wilkins throws it back to Darlene. Darlene surveys from the blue line. He looks as the Hornets look to set up a power play. Ivany on the line. He wheels, he deals. He's holding it. Can he get it down? Darlene backing him up. He comes across, wheels in on the circle, fires it down low. No connection as Dorsey pinches up. He slides it to Wilkins. Wilkins throws it around to the near side. Ivany picks it up on the wall, and he surveys across the blue line. Down to Dorsey. Dorsey fires. Saved by the tender. As it rolls behind the net. Tonka now with speed. Out of the zone. They're rolling through the neutral zone. Gaining on the left side. Nice job by Darlene to stop that play cold. Ivany picks it up on the backside. There's frothiness going on down there. Now Ivany with speed through the neutral zone. He gains the line. He walks in. He looks around the cage, looking for an outlet pass all the way around, Kaprizov style. And now we got something. I think it was man in the crease. I don't know. 9 seconds left in the man advantage. As a face-off will come outside of the skipper end. So Dorsey's going to take the draw, which will send Potter back to D. Puck slides into the Tonka end. They throw it up on the wall. Back to Ivany. Ivany wheels, deals. Sends it back to Potts. Potts over to Potter. Potter now begins his drive, and he sends it down into the Tonka end. Tonka back at full strength. Dorsey pestering his man. Wilkins in, now from the line, sent down to Potter. Potter gets it to Wilkins, back to Potter. Potter holds the line, flips it up in the air. Tonka controls from the end line. Cycles around the cage as they start their breakout. A long stretch pass is thrown right back down by Potter. Picked off by Tonka as they roll and gain the line. Tipped at the line, and Tonka has to reset. From the backside, Tonka looks up. Sliding it up into Ivany's equipment. It's Tonka now across the line. And there was frothiness that we missed down there. Tonka couldn't find the centering pass. They slide it across. It's banged out by Wilkins. Tonka throws it right back down into the slot. As Potts throws it up the near side. Dorsey in to counter his man. Thrown down on Bambry. It's still loose. And now we get a whistle. Wilkins was involved in froth. Outside of the camera view. But there was no call. With 6:31 and a 7-4 score. The Hornets need to decide if they want to make this a game. And Potter did go to the box. I don't know what he did, but he did something wrong. Ewers on the draw. He's with Nolan to kill this one off with Bauer and Helmer. Tonka from the corner. Wheels, deals, all the way across. Intercepted by Nolan. But Tonka contains from the backside. They go D to D. Looking up ice. Looking. Nice stop by Nolan. So skippers are hemmed down in their end. They try to flip it through the neutral zone. Ewers throws it up on the wall and sends it right back down. We are approaching the 6-minute mark. Final period. Tonka now working it behind their cage, looking for an outlet pass. Looking for the break. And this guy is just going to waste time. So he wheels down. All the way up. Stretch pass sent across. Tonka now gains the zone as they work it across. Here they are, driving in on the dot, sliding back to the point. Down on the wall, looking, sliding it across, and it's loose, but they can't find the handle. Tonka works from the opposite side, trying to slide it through. Nolan now pitches it out, and the skippers will have to reset. Now driving across the line, wheeling in on the circle. Looking to center, all the way around. There's a one-timer. It's legged aside by Bambry. Approaching the 5-minute mark. 30 seconds left in the Tonka man advantage. Sliding on the wall, back to the point. Releasing a shot, didn't get the wood on it. As Tonka now works from behind the cage, sliding out front. Hester banged off the puck. Tonka controls. Trying to wheel it down, intercepted by Bauer, who throws it up, sends it out of the zone. Hester almost pickpockets as Tonka works from the backside. Good job by Hester. 10 seconds left in the Tonka man advantage. Now, Tonka works through the neutral zone, sliding across the line, gaining the blue line, walking in on the circle, dropping it, driving in on the dot, firing wide. Hornets back at full strength. Oh, there's a pickoff. Here's Hester, rolling in. Hester, get on your horse. You do this, Hester. Oh, and he's knocked out, and he slides the backhand, but nothing. Up on the line, Ewers holds his own. It's right behind Dorsey. Dorsey holds the line, he pitches it right back down. Skippers try to blast it up the wall. They get it through, a 2-on-1 situation. Rolling in on Darlene. Looking, sliding across, and they fire wide. Mizzled up on the wall. Snakes across, it's in the slot. A firing shot. And Tonka has scored. With 3:57 on the clock, it is now 8-4. With just under 4 minutes to play. A wide open style of hockey has done serious damage to the home side. So Nolan, Bergmeyer, Ivany, backed up by Darlene and Mizzle. Tonka from the backside, pitches up, throws it into the Hornet zone where Darlene sends to Mizzle. Long stretch pass over to Bergmeyer. Bergmeyer with speed, rolls across the line. He splits the D, shouldered away by the tender, a clanker. I think that was a stick clanker, not a real clanker. Now, into the corner. Ivany rolls from the wall, slides it on down behind the cage. Bergmeyer slaps it out front, and Tonka now counters. Rolling up, stopped by Darlene, stopped by Tonka. Tonka gains the line, walks in, slides it on down. Darlene is there. He pitches it up on the wall in the Mizzle. Mizzle looks up ice, tries to get it to Nolan, bit too far. Bergmeyer in on it, and Tonka counters back. And Darlene counters back. A lot of countering going on. As Tonka now slides across. Mizzle's there on the backside. He pitches it up on the wall to Ivany. Ivany turns, burns, gets it to Nolan. Nolan slides, he gets it up to Bergie. Bergie drives, and he's knocked off the puck as Tonka goes to the corner. Bergmeyer intercepts, sends it to Nolan. Nolan looks. He bangs it back, but Mizzle was out of position. Darlene slides to Mizzle. Mizzle now counters back through the neutral zone. He wheels up. He's wheeling. He's dealing. Cross line. He's not. There will be a penalty again. At 2:37, a cross check has been called on Minnetonka. The Hornets can only hope that the man advantage will pay dividends in the waning minutes of this game. Off the draw, back to Bauer at the point. Slides it down on the wall. Skippers now try to intercept, but Mizzle's there. Oh, look at this. Froth. Is there froth? No froth. We're going to get a face-off outside the skipper end with Nolan, Hester, and Kravita. Puck slides to the wall. Mizzle looks, stops on the line, tries to send it across, gets it to Nolan, bangs down to Kravita. Kravita wheels from the corner. He reverses course. He's knocked to his knees, but he's still in the fight. Bauer helping out. Boys all piled up. Puck slides behind the net. Bauer from the short side tried to stuff it as Kurvita battles his man in the corner. Tremendous battling. And now we're going to get another penalty against the Hornets this time. A roughing call against Kurvita. Or Bauer. So that will neutralize the man advantage with 2 minutes on the clock. So we're going to get some good old-fashioned 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 24 seconds. With a score of 8-4, it probably doesn't matter. All the way back, Potts from the end line. Sends it around to Helmer. Helmer looks up ice. Looking to break through. Stopped by Minnetonka as they now drive in, working 2-on-1 situation. A firing shot, a rebound, but nothing. Pounded down on the wall. Helmer tries to scoop it up. It comes away. Tonka fires. It's a clanker. It was a Clank City clank. Now on the line. Rolling down. Intercepted by Helmer. Bouncing in the air. Tonka in the slot. Swept away by Potts with 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Rolling in. Tonka tries to look for the centering pass. Around the back of the net. Helmer tries to rub his man out. Now it comes away to Hester. Hester's got Nolan. He slides it to Nolan. Nolan back to Hester, but he's boxed out. And Tonka now controls. No, he don't control. Look at Nolan battling his man. We're approaching the final minute of the period. Tonka tries to slide it up as they work through the neutral zone left flank. Gaining the line. Walking in the circle. A firing shot goes over the net. And all the way around to the other side. It's held at the point. Tonka tries one more time to find the back of the net. Sliding out front. On the dot. Firing. And indeed, that is the case. With 51 seconds, Minnetonka has scored, and it is 9-4. The Hornets just don't have an answer. This is not their night. And one could say that they don't care because they're going to regions anyway. But this is not the brand of Hornet hockey that we are accustomed to seeing. From the backside, Tonka looks up ice. Sliding it up on the left flank. They look across. Work their way up. They gain the line. Walking in. Shot sails high over the net. Ewers from the wall. Or Darlene sends it back behind the cage. It hits the side of the cage. Now Tonka looks at the short side. No. On the dot. Firing. It's still free as Tonka controls. Wheeling around the circle, and now there's something. With 18 seconds on the clock, Tonka will be shown the gate in what has now become an academic exercise. Shots are 40-22, obviously in favor of Minnetonka. Off the draw, Mizzle throws it out of the Hornet end all the way down to the skipper tender. The final 10 seconds of play. Minnetonka's just holding it, and Edina is not pressing. And this is where Edina's run in districts will end with a loss to Minnetonka, 9-4. But do not fear, Hornet Nation, for the Hornets will be going to regions. And their first game will be Friday evening, I think. Don't know about timing or anything else, but it will be in Stillwater, Minnesota. So that's the way we leave it on this Friday night. And enjoy your evening.